Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your new favorite podcast of all time. I'm your host, Dougie McDoubles, and next to me is the glasses and long hair handsome man himself is Ray McFlurry II. Oh my goodness, man, how you doing?
It's great to be here.
I know exactly what you're going to say. It's because we got the greatest guest of all time. We're back with another Avatar content. Ladies and gentlemen, we are having young Master Tyler on the pod. Hello, my friend. It is good to see you once again for another Avatar ranking list.
Dude,
Back with the props.
of course, yeah. Back with the props. I'm actually in my classroom, so
That's awesome. Good backdrop.
Backdrop. Got the little pops. Got everything. Just the Firebender ones because this is the Firebender episode.
Perfect. Well, let's jump into it, man. What are the subcategories we're ranking?
So subcategories for firebending are kind of interesting because there are like a couple, but really the main one is definitely lightning bending.
Yeah, there's really two, combustion and lightning.
Yeah.
Are really the two big ones that jump out at.
Combustion, lightning, and then like if you technically want to throw it in there, only firebenders and avatars can do lightning redirection.
Yeah, that's a fair one too. Yeah.
So those are the main three. Some people have argued lava bending should be in there, but that's purely an earthbender or avatar only thing.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
So
which one do you want to start with?
well, let's start with the easiest, I think, and that's lightning redirection, actually, and that hands down belongs to Iroh.
To Iroh, okay. Yeah, he does. Is it season 1 when he redirects
Azula's
lightning?
It's season 2 because Azula doesn't show up until season 2.
Oh, 2. That's right.
He redirects that. He's the one that discovered the method by learning from waterbenders.
Yep.
Going through the whole Sea of Chi, just has a very fluid understanding of how it works. Zuko is the only other person that I think we see do it. Do people in Korra do it?
Not that I see. No, I don't.
Not that I've ever
seen.
Like I have to give it to Iroh. Zuko's able to do it, but just I think the mastery of knowing every detail behind it and how it works, I think you've got to give it to him.
Yep. Yeah, he gets the OG points for inventing it there too, for sure. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and then let's see, combustion bending. So this one's interesting for me, and I'd like to hear your take before I give mine on it.
Okay. I think this is different on our list. I think Palia is a better bender than Combustion Man. So I think she's like a quicker Combustion Bender and like a more precise, where Combustion Man was like a
big
explode everything in this radius kind of thing.
He was an explode everything in the radius type of thing. And because of that, because his are more powerful now, Palia's are definitely quicker, but I feel like you see Combustion Man do so much more damage than Palia. And so I think
so much more controlled, though. I feel
she
like
she definitely has more control. I think it's almost a circumstantial thing in like what you're looking at using it for almost. But Palia definitely has more control. But I'm not sure if Palia can match the sheer level of destruction that Combustion Man can.
Yeah. To me, like, I think the reason I give it to Palia over Combustion Man is the power scaling for combustion bending.
Yeah.
So I know I talk about a lot about the books, and y'all haven't read them, but in the books, combustion bending shows up in the first Yang Chen novel, and it is like first discovered within like 20 years of the novel taking place, right? And they go like 30 seconds between attacks. Like that's how long it takes them to recharge to be able to do the combustion attacks.
Gotcha.
To where Combustion Man's are like way quicker, and then Palia's is even like. So to me, the reason I give it to Palia is like just power scaling. Just like Korra, same thing with like lightning, and Korra is way more common. Like it's just a more controlled, like refined.
Gotcha.
Kind of bending.
All right. Well, I will defer to you then, since you've read those novels, and we will give it to Palia.
I like Palia. I like Palia over Combustion Man because I feel like too he was threatening, but then it was always like. If he went head to head with them, like it was nothing. It was always him like ambushing them and getting the upper hand, or like he has the high ground, or like they're asleep, or
True.
It was always like an ambush type of thing to me. Like
true.
He was cold as hell, but I don't know. I like Police.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Now, Lightning. Now, I am interested on this one because who do you have?
I have an interesting one. Let me say you go first because you made me go first on combustion.
Mine is Ozai, and it's not close.
Yours is Ozai.
Mine is Ozai, and it's not close.
I can respect that. I haven't even seen Korra very much. I think I've seen half of the first season, so I'm a little biased to it, but I'll put that in there. I'll give it to you.
So, what do you think?
Here's my
and then
pick.
we'll go back and forth.
2. Ozai's 2 to me. I have somebody at 1 because it's such their specialty in Korra, and again with power scaling, I always give Korra a little bit of an upper hand.
Yeah.
What do you think about Lightning Bolt Zolt?
Okay.
Like, because as a lightning bender, that being his thing, like he was, I think he has an argument. Ozai is generational, but
I think he does have an argument. So, like, Lightning Bolt Zolt is cool, and I actually have him on my top list. But the thing with Zolt, is he quick at it? Yes. Is he the one that is able to teach Mako? Yes. But he can fire those off more rapidly than most people in the universe, and you do see that. However, so whenever you see Ozai in even the original, Ozai can rapidly generate too. And the one thing that so Ozai goes from the solstice to the second the sun comes out, being able to fire it off basically instantaneously. Not only that, Ozai is also the only person that you see fire from both hands at one time. No one else has ever done that.
That scene is nuts because it's Zuko confronting him during the eclipse when they don't have bending. And it's like the second he feels the warmth, he is shooting lightning out of both hands. Like that is an insane feat that kind of goes under the radar a little bit.
Yeah. And it's
for Ozai,
for
I get what you're saying.
Reasons. It's like one, like the second he feels the warmth. Two, it's like we've never seen anybody else generate electricity from both hands simultaneously.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's always like Azula makes the big production of waving the one hand around, or yeah. That's a tough one though. Ozai probably wins just because he's, like the Fire Lord. He's Ozai. He's like the big bad. But Lightning Bolt Zolt, I think he's got a little bit of an argument.
Lightning Bolt Zolt is definitely 2 on my list for Lightning for like 100%.
You almost swayed me. I haven't even seen the show, and you almost swayed me.
Bro, he's like a mob boss or whatever. He's just like a real
cult. Yeah, mafioso.
He's like,
sleazy mafia kind of guy.
Okay.
It's really
he's interesting. I like him a lot.
I like him.
All right.
Do we have other sub-bending, or are we going into our top 14?
I was going to say that some people call like the flight thing that they kind of do sub-bending, but you don't really see many people do that.
No, that's again more prevalent in the books.
Yeah,
the jet stepping and stuff that Azula does sometimes.
Azula's done it. You've seen Ozai do it, but yeah, I don't think there's enough there that we can actually talk about. I think we are into our top list now. I haven't read the novels, but I have seen some stuff, and I've read like bits and pieces here and there, and seen some things. Now there is a person that I don't have on my list that I wanted to mention just because I've seen some things about them, and that is Zuko's little sister, Ki.
I've never heard much about her.
Yeah, so she's like prodigy level, like even bigger than Azula was, and is able to do massive feats of firebending with 0 formal training. And
that's insane.
And
goodness.
So that is a person that I think could definitely be way higher on this list. We just do not have the information for.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting one. Yeah, I can't really rank her, but I've never really heard about her. That's awesome.
Yeah. You can like look her up, but there's a few things. I've seen just a few things about her, but the things that I've seen, I'm like, we gotta at least mention it. So.
Yeah.
How many people do you have on your list? I've got 14 on mine.
So for my list, I just went ahead and ranked all the ones you had on there.
Gotcha.
I just put all 14.
All right.
We have wildly different orders though, so we'll just kind of go ahead and say our 314s and kind of go
That's
because it's not going to be a.
That's interesting. I knew this would probably happen because I do think I have some pretty darn hot takes on mine.
I'm excited to hear about
and the thing is there's some on here that I'm like, this person should be way higher, but because of how they hold back, I don't feel like I can put them higher. And because I definitely think you're talking about my number 7 for sure. But so my last that I have on the list at the very bottom, 14, is I can't ever remember how to say his name, whether it's Shu or whether it's Shiu.
Is it the sage?
Huh?
Is it the sage guy?
Yeah, it's
Shiu Shiu.
Yeah, it's the fire sage. Whenever Aang's trying to get in the temple to visit Roku, just gives that, basically all you see from him is a fire blast. You don't see much else from him. So he's a cool guy though. One of the only people in the Fire Nation still loyal to the Avatar.
Yeah, I like Shiyu being on there. He's when we first talked about this, I envisioned us ranking like we did last time. Like Haru has no business being on a top whatever Earthbender, but like same with kind of Shiyu. He's like a cool character that's just kind of there once or whatever and really helps out.
Yeah, at least he's not a lame one.
Yeah, 14. Like he's my 14. Also.
I love that we're in the next episode and we're still hating on Haru.
He's generationally lame, bro. I can't get over it. She used my 14 as well.
Yeah.
So I think, was he your 14?
He was, yeah.
So we were all the same on that one.
All right. And then, so 13, dude, I love this guy. What? I love this guy.
No, you go ahead.
Love the character design. We don't see too much from him, just a little bit at the beginning of the first season. But it's Monkey, which is like the leader of the Rough Rhinos. The guy's on the Komodo dragon. Yeah, he's on like a Komodo dragon rhino thing, and then they come in when Aang's at Kyoshi Island, and they like burn the village down, and then Aang has to get on the Unagi to put it out. He's a cool character, man. Love that, so cool. But you just don't really see that much from him. It's kind of like, dude, I bet there would be because I didn't rank him, but I really like him. But you don't see anything from him. May's dad that runs like the prison. I bet he would actually be pretty decent. You just never see him bending.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
I also had Monkey.
Yeah, Monkey. I'm not quite sure how to say.
I had him at 13 and Shiyu at 14. So I like this so far.
Yeah, we're all the same so far.
Yeah.
Ray, what's your 13?
That was my 13.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was your 12? That's on me.
My 12 is Commander Zhao the Conqueror, Zhao the Moonslayer. He's my 12.
Zhao the Moonslayer is a 2011 Facebook name.
There we go.
Admiral Zhao, dude. Yeah, I love him. I actually really like him as a character. The guy that's just blinded by power and ambition and just not thinking of anything else. And he's like, bro, I will get my fame no matter how I can do it. I'm gonna single-handedly destroy the entire water tribe. All of that cool stuff. I love Zhao. But bro, he's not that great. He's a dirty fighter. And
I'm with you.
And then, dude, I loved what they did. So, we don't talk about the live action too much in this, but I love what they did with the changes in Zhao and the live action. To where he's actually just being manipulated and puppeted by Azula the whole time. Loved that change, and it made Zhao make more sense.
Yeah, it fleshed out his character. It made his motivations make more sense. His ambitions make more sense. It showed his path to getting promoted make more sense. The live action really, really did Zhao well. Yeah, I liked it a lot. All right, another thing I like about Zhao, and this is from Legend of Korra.
Okay.
Right. At one point, the Aang's kids, his 3 kids, have to go into the spirit world to find Jinora, right?
Yeah, and
they get like trapped in the fog of lost souls, and within minutes they just lose their mind, they can't, like they just lose it. And then you see Zhao like at the end of it, whenever the fog clears or whatever. You see Zhao, and he is still, his willpower has got to be insane, because he is still chanting, I am Zhao the Conqueror, I am Zhao the Moonslayer. You're like, whatever. Like, he is still, for hundreds of years, he has been chanting that in the Fog of Lost Souls. Like, the willpower that guy has is insane. Yep. It's insane, bro. Oh. It is so funny to me. Yeah, he's 12.
Yeah, just pride personified.
Yes, good way to put it. Doug, what's your 11?
I have Combustion Man.
Oh, go ahead.
Zolt.
I have Combustion Man.
Ooh. I also have Combustion Man.
I have Zolt.
Why do you have Zolt?
So even though lightning, I feel like, is more dangerous and more useful, bro, I can't see putting him above Pali and Combustion Man, even though like they're very specific. So is Zolt, and I feel like you just see both of them do a lot more destruction and actual things in the show than Zolt does. Like Zolt has a lot more influence for sure.
Yeah, that's really what gives it for me. Really, because I have Combustion 11, Zolt 10, so I just have, that's where I've got them. But to me, why I give it to Lightning Bolt Zolt is because, yes, he is the mob boss. He's the leader. He's kind of like a Mon is. Like, having to rank him, you have to rank his influence and his power and charisma and all that stuff.
If you're ranking that, then
Combustion Man.
If you're ranking that, then I can definitely see putting Zolt above them.
Yeah, that's kind of where I gave it to him, because just compared to Combustion Man, he's just like a pawn in the game. He's just like a mercenary, random type shit.
Yeah, he's just a gun for hire.
Yeah. Gun for hire. Super powerful, but just a gun for hire. So I give like the leg up to Zolt there for that reason.
All right, then. Okay. I can agree with that. So we'll put Combustion Man then at 11, or Combustion Man at 11.
You don't have to change.
So then, are you putting Zolt above them, or are you putting Pali above Zolt?
I have Pali above Zolt.
Okay.
I have Pali 9, Zolt 10, Combustion Man 11. That's what my list is.
I can completely agree with that then, if we're going based off of following and stuff like that. Zolt definitely beats out Combustion Man, but I definitely don't think he beats out Pali with the pull of the other, or Red Lotus members. And
not even close.
Especially whenever she's
on and lost his bending.
Yeah, especially when she's like right in. She's like Zahir's love child, or not love child, but lover.
Yeah. Know what you mean. Yeah, especially because the Red Lotus are way more threatening than Amon, and Zolt couldn't handle Amon in the slightest. I mean, he just got
pieced up.
Embarrassed. So I've got Pali 9. That's mine.
All right, so let's so Pali 9, then 10 Zolt, 11 Combustion Man, 12 Zhao, 13 Monkey, 14 Shiu. All right, now we're at 8, and my 8 is Mako.
Yeah, that's also my 8.
Yeah. I'm so glad we didn't have to argue about this.
We're gonna have to argue this next one, man.
All right, yeah.
This is where our lists differ. We're not trying to find a middle point where we agree, because we're not going to.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is where our lists are 3 separate, I believe.
Yeah, I have just now fully read your list.
7. And I knew that this was gonna be my most controversial one on this list. I knew for a fact that it was gonna be, because dude, he is a master, but. Bro, I feel like he is so held back by his beliefs that like you just won't ever see his full potential, because bro, as good as he is, because I know he's better than other people on this list, especially whenever he was at his prime before he deserted the military and deserted the Fire Nation.
Oh, he's definitely better than some people, for sure.
But I have Zhang here, and that's strictly because his morals are holding him back from his firebending potential.
You're 100% right on that. I don't have him as my 7, but you're 100% right on what holds him back as being like top 3 or whatever,
Because, bro, if he was just
7.
unleashed, I think he'd definitely be top 4. Like, no doubt in my mind.
Yeah. See, even back at like his peak military days, I think like he would have been like just the bet, like top.
Yeah.
See, I have him at 7, but your order. I just fully read your list, man. I have someone above him that you put insanely high on this list. Yeah, I'm fine with him being number 7. Zero issue there. I have number 6, Zuko.
Yeah. See,
Zuko's my 7. I'll be honest.
I knew that I had Zuko too high probably for you guys, because
it's really high.
And don't get me wrong, we're huge Dante Bosco fans. We've been trying to get him on the pod since day one. However,
bro,
we can't be biased. We got to be biased.
And I'm sticking to my guns on this one. I'm sticking to Zuko 2 on my list. I'm not moving from it. And the reason that I am not moving from it is all these other ones that you guys have above him, for sure, bro. They're all anger firebenders. Like whenever
they're evil.
They're evil, but not only that. So, like, do they exhibit some talents that are higher than? Are they more naturally talented? Absolutely. Zuko works so freaking hard and learns so much. And dude, like. So my thing is, too, is you watch Zuko throughout the show, right? Zuko, whenever we first see him, dude, he's like ripped to the gills in the show. And then as you see him, he gets thinner and thinner as the show progresses, but his bending gets stronger and stronger. And whenever he meets the dragons and he finally lets go of all that anger, that hate, that rage he has, his bending gets insanely better. And he's able to, he kind of loses to Azula in his Agni Kai, and Katara has to come help him and stuff like that. But Zuko has some talents that the others don't have. Zuko has lightning redirection. Zuko is able to not only fight using fire, but is actually able to fight using weapons. Then, not to mention, so we don't see much from these other guys once they're older. Dude, Zuko in Korra, is able to... we don't see him do much, but he comes, I got to imagine with how crazy Zuko improved throughout the Avatar show, that he is, and with his work ethic and his like pride and his all of that he's going to put so much effort into that. And I can't see him not surpassing all of these other people on the list by the time he's in his prime and in adult form. And especially by the time that he gets a dragon of his own that he is probably going to be able to learn more techniques from. I know the people on, like, if you're looking at source material and you're looking at the show, I know for a fact that, I understand why you guys are putting them above him, but I can't, knowing Zuko's character and knowing who he is in the show, I'm like, bro, he is passing all of these fools. Except for maybe my number 3.
I see the argument.
He might be 3. I'm not sure if he beats Daddy, but...
Yeah. I see what you mean. I get making that argument of, like, anger firebending versus learning from the original Firebender dragons. But... that argument's way easier to make for Iroh to me than Zuko, because it's just, you don't see enough of him in Korra or like even in his prime in the comics or anything. Like, he's a good bender, but he's just so naturally less talented than so many other people. Like, I have no problem, like, Iroh is like, that argument makes sense to me for Iroh, and like I would say it would make sense for Zuko's character to be, he would work that hard to be that good or whatever. And that makes sense, but when we see him at the end of Avatar, like the end of the Agni Kai or whatever, when he kind of loses, it's hard for me to put him that high, because he's like a way better weapons fighter than he is a bending fighter. And so it's like he's generational at that, and he's like really damn good at this. But to me, he's just like naturally less talented, even after learning from.
Normally I will concede some arguments. This is one I don't think I'm willing to.
I didn't figure when I saw our lists, and I was kind of like going in my head when I was reading yours. I was like, ooh, This is one that will spur some conversation.
I saw the I knew I was gonna have to read your list because I was like, oh, I haven't seen much of Korra. I have to put stuff. I have to figure out who's his bottom 14, and I didn't really pay attention to the top because you know what I mean. And then I saw the top and I was like, damn, like,
well, the interesting
he
thing,
believes
especially with Korra,
in my boy.
Yeah, and the interesting thing with Korra, you don't really see that many Firebenders in Korra.
Right.
Like all that you see is like the factory dudes like doing the lightning stuff since lightning bending became so common.
Especially once they move out of the pro bending / mob or mafia arc. Like that's where a lot of the Firebenders show up.
Yeah, the triple threat triad. Yeah.
Sick band name.
Yeah, so Zuko is my 7. Your arguments do make a lot of sense. He could be higher. I did struggle with ranking some of the Fire Lords up higher, but so Zhang was your 7?
Yeah. Yep.
And Zuko was my 7. What was your 7?
Oh, I'm pretty sure Zhang was my 7 as well, and Zuko was my 6.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, Ty, what's your 6?
My 6 is Azula.
Your 6 is Azula.
My 6 is Azula.
My 6 is Zhang. This is where I have Zhang ranked.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, my 6 is.
Why do you have Azula here?
So Azula, very, very like generational talent. Once again, I actually have her so far down here for the same reason I have Zhang so far down here. I think her mindset actually really, really limits her because she is not. So like Ozai, even though he's evil, he's cool and collected still, though. For the most part, he is in control of his emotions. I do not think Azula is really like that at all. I think she is just guided strictly by, kind of rage, anger, hatred, manipulation. And that's why you see almost all of her stuff that she does is lightning bending. But like, bro, I'll give her, it's cool that she can make blue fire. Like you don't see hardly anybody else do that. But I think her fighting style is just so, I feel like aggressive and not
so aggressive
and like just overly aggressive. And I feel like that really actually trips her up a lot. Now, does she do some cool feats? Absolutely. But I think that these guys above her, and like while she is a master strategist, I don't think she even close to matches the strategy of the other Fire Lords that I have above her.
100%.
And then
Azula really
and then you get into the following and stuff like that as well. So
Azula to me really is. You're so right about her character. Her mental is so unstable. Like she is the definition of boom or bust. Like she is either going to infiltrate Ba Sing Se and take over the Dai Li in the Earth Kingdom, or she's gonna cut her own bangs because she's a teenage girl having a moment, right?
Yeah.
Like it's two ends of the spectrum. Like she can be so conniving and sneaky and plotting and evil and what have you, and then she can also just
lose it,
be so emotional
if things
and,
don't go her way, bro.
Not at all expecting for like Tylee and May to turn on her at the Boiling Rock.
Yeah,
like getting genuinely surprised by that just shows like she's a strategist, yes, but like you didn't see that coming.
How unstable she really
is.
Yeah.
I like Azula there. Azula is my 5. I have her right above Zhang. But
gotcha.
She's in the right range for me.
Yeah.
I have Azulin. Is that how you say it?
Azulon
right after Azula.
What number are we on? 5 or 4?
I'm on my 5, so Azula was my 6.
Okay, you're 6. My 6 was Zhang. What is your 6?
Oh shit, I gotta go look. I'm pretty sure it was Azula too.
You got Azula.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your 5 then, Ty?
My 5 is Sozin.
You have Sozin?
Yeah, I actually have Sozin. I have a Zulon actually above Sozin.
Why is that?
So Sozin, even though he is the one that essentially starts the war, right? Whenever you're looking back on things, and you see like him interacting with Roku and some of those ways that those go down, Roku could have stopped him at any point, even without Avatar state, and things like that. I think Roku was honestly even just straight up a better Firebender than
Right.
So
when they were kids, it seemed like Roku was a much better Firebender, but Sozin was like really athletic or whatever.
Yeah, Sozin was like really athletic.
Like, Roku was like the clumsy one.
Yeah, and clumsy, but I think that he was just a better Firebender overall. I think Sozin, definitely great strategist, but kind of that like, you have that scene where at the beginning when they're kids, Sozin's a little bit more buff or whatever, and he's got Roku by the collar and then lets him down and lets him fall. And that's the exact same thing that he does at the volcano scene with Roku. Like lets him sit there and...
I never put that together.
Yeah, lets him sit there and absolutely die and burn, even though he was like trying to help him at first. And I think like his ambition and things like that are great and like, prideful things like that. But I think so. Like my thing is he started that. Yes, Azulon is the one that maintained it for so long, and Azulon is actually the one that took over all of that area and all of the lands and basically
that's true, yeah,
knocking out the Earth Kingdom. And Azulon, dude, okay, so here's my thing too. How freaking crazy, like powerful Ozai was, right? And like how we see him. Bro, Ozai doesn't try to piece him up until Azulon's like on death's door. Like, you don't think that Ozai wanted to just usurp him at any moment, the way he did Iroh, the way he did, all those things, and he wasn't willing to step up to Azulon, which makes me think that Azulon, at his peak, was probably stronger than Ozai was. I just don't have enough to confirm that.
Had to be a bad dude. Yeah, so he really would be responsible for like the Southern Water Tribe.
Yeah,
waterbenders being wiped out and all that.
Yeah, so that's why I have Sozin.
I like that. I'll swap those in. Yeah, I like that. What do we have at 4?
Yeah, so I have 5 Sozin, 4 Azulon.
5 Sozin, 4 Azulon. I like that then.
Yeah, same.
Okay, what's your 3?
My 3 is Ozai because Zuko's my 2. But these two, this is where I'm not sure. So Ozai, I definitely could see putting at 2. But Zuko, I'm not willing to go lower than 3. Ozai with the craziest lightning bender of all time, still, in my opinion. Results cool, but like both hands, the moment the sun comes on, he's going toe to toe with Avatar State Aang. And like before Aang goes into Avatar State, he's just totally piecing Aang up.
Yeah, he's fucking on him a little bit.
Yeah, and I know he's powered up by the comet, but like, dude, even without the comet, like nobody even gets close to touching the dude. Even Zuko, the only thing the reason that I had Ozai below Zuko is I don't think Ozai actually has the balls that Zuko has. Because the only time Ozai was defenseless, during that sun thing, he's just sitting there. Like, he knows Zuko can use swords. In that moment, Ozai know that he is pieced up. And, Zuko, being, influenced by Iroh so much in that moment, bro, I don't think Ozai actually, whenever he's actually vulnerable, he just falls apart, kind of like Azula did.
Maybe so. Well, I don't know, because do you think he fell apart necessarily? Because as soon as he felt that warmth, he was double lightning.
Yeah. As soon as he felt that warmth, but dude, whenever he's sitting there, like he's waiting and he's just calculating and he's trying to control the situation. But dude, if that sun was not there, Zuko could have took his head at any given moment.
Yeah, you're right. I like that. For me, I'll tell you my top 3 here. My 3 was Azulon. My 2 is Iroh, and my 1 is Ozai. Everything you're saying about Ozai, perfect. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. He is strong as fuck. Double lightning bender. He's crazy. Fire Lord. Yeah. Went toe-to-toe with Avatar State Aang. Fucking on him when he wasn't in the Avatar State. When he's like in the rock ball, and he just does the concentrated ball of fire in his hand, and it sounds like a jet engine.
Yeah, that's
a crazy feat.
Sick, yeah.
And plus, another thing that holds a lot of weight to me is is Iroh says he doesn't know if he could beat Ozai. To me, that is the ultimate, like, that's what puts Ozai 1 over Iroh at 2 for me.
Yeah.
It's just Iroh, and maybe that's humility, sure. I know Iroh learned from the dragons, right? He did all of that, but for him saying that holds so much more weight for me.
Here's my thing. Iroh says, I'm not sure if I can beat Ozai. I'm not sure if he's talking about the fact that he thinks Ozai is a better bender than him. I think he might be talking about the fact that he's not sure if he can do that to his little brother. The reason I say that is for a couple of things. So, like, Iroh's so great at the lightning redirection, right? So you see all of that. You see Iroh's feats, like his breath of fire that he uses, and especially whenever he gets ripped and jacked, like right before he goes to bossing, say, bro, we have not seen anything like the freaking fireball that he shoots at that wall to knock just a giant hole in that wall. Yeah. That's by far my greatest feat of firebending that I think I've seen in that show. And like, even though you don't really see Iroh use lightning, I feel like there's 100% he can. I just feel like morally he doesn't do that because that's not like kind of the moral path that he would go along, where it's like that quick strike. There's no defense or you're dead kind of thing, because I don't think whenever he learned from the dragons that's the way that he sees the world. But not only that, the connection with the spirit world and the spirits with Iroh, bro, he sees Avatar, whenever Aang's going on Roku's dragon and he sees them and stuff like that. Bro, he's the only non-Avatar, non-Airbender that ever sees anything in the spirit world. And so, like, just the level of connection that he's had and the level of understanding and knowledge, I definitely think he knows how he could beat his brother. I think it's a moral question of whether he actually can. And I think he was not saying, I don't, and like, if I could beat Ozai, and I'm not sure if I could. He doesn't say anything about like power level. He doesn't say anything about how great of a brother or how great of a bender my brother is, or anything like that. I think Iroh's humility is just like, I'm not sure if I can do that to a family member, because Iroh is all about loving, even when people are at their absolute worst.
That's interesting. I've never read the scene that way, but that makes a lot of damn sense. Mm-hmm. Man, that's a good argument. I like that. I like that a lot.
And that's why Iroh's my 1.
That's your 1.
I respect it.
All right.
I'll give it to you.
That's a good list, man.
Oh my goodness. Tyler, give us the list. What do we have? What's the final list?
Well, I don't know about final, because mine are a little bit different than yours, right? So I think I can go
Let's hear yours.
1 Iroh. I'll put Ozai at 2. I'll put Zuko at my 3. Then I go Azulon, Sozin, Azula, Zhang, Mako. Then I would have Pali, then Zolt, then Combustion Man, Zhao, Monkey, Shiu, and off the list, but definitely really cool, Ki.
Yo.
Hell yeah.
That's a good list, man. That's a good list. I'll run down mine here. Let me pull it back up. All right, my 1 was Ozai. My 2 was Iroh. Azulon was 3. Sozin was 4. Azula is 5. 6 is Zhang. 7 is Zuko. 8 is Mako. 9 is Pali. 10 is Lightning Bolt Zolt. 11 Combustion Man. 12 is Zhao, the Conqueror, the Moonslayer. 13 is Monkey from the Rhinos. And then 14 is Shiu, the Fire Sage.
I have almost all of your list, except I have Zuko higher than Zhang. That's it.
That's some good list, fellas.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
We got through all of the freaking elements, man.
Yeah,
what a time it's been.
That means we've got
characters,
non-benders. We've got avatars. We've got
and then fan favorite character, or like our personal favorite.
We've got a few more to go. Got a few more to go. Out of elements. Though.
Non-benders, we can talk about non-benders. We can talk about avatars. Bro, I feel like we should make a ranking of the different weird combinations of animals that you see in the show. That would be fun.
Oh, I'd love to do that, dude. That'd be fucking awesome.
Well, there's another one. There we go.
There we go.
Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here for another incredible episode of Saturday Morning Cartoons. It has been an absolute pleasure. Ty, thank you so much for being here for not 1, 2, 3, but 4 official Element Avatar episodes. It is an absolute honor to have you on the podcast, my friend. Cannot wait to do more. Thank you so much.
Yeah, bro.
Good ass time, man.
I love it, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, please be kind to one another. Drink plenty of water. Be safe. And remember, in James Gunn we trust. And Sokka still bagged the moon spirit.
That's rough, buddy.
Hey, what happened? Why are those squiggles on the screen?
Those are called end credits, Patrick.
End credits? But I don't want it to end!